So yes, radio. We shall see what we can do about that. That should be possible. I just need to explain to a medieval fantasy world and alchemist or whatever.
No. Tell the people from send money to our guild, and they can do it. I mean, some of your colleagues must know how to do it.
Send money to our guild. What do you think? This palace is made of diamond?
Yes.
You're right.
Knocks on table.
Knocks on wood.
You do have a point.
Just make sure to say it was. Well, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so I mean, we get resources and money because we're gonna need a shit ton of money to buy, I don't know, magic items. Can you buy magic items? Doesn't matter.
You can. This guy tried to sell me a illusionary ring. Seems awesome.
You never told me that.
You can swap faces. I think it's what your friends did with the elf and orc thing.
Oh, I never asked him about that. But yeah, so we're probably need a shit ton of money for our silly quest to go into the Night Vault and come out.
You know, this is taxpayer money. I just can't grant a request for a shit ton of money for alien artifact. We'll need to come up with a plausible excuse.
Well, I'm sure as a queen you can come up with a good reason to hire a guild.
Yeah, it's an adventuring guild. You need a place cleared of monsters.
Which is, ironically, true.
Yeah.
Well, then just
you
pay
can even
the
pay
bill.
them for that. You just overpay a bit.
We can do that. All right. It shall be arranged.
Should hire us through the guild so that Mara can get some money.
That's the least I can do.
Nepotism.
Going first.
Sorry, what's nepotism?
Oh, my knee.
We're getting her to hire us. How is that not nepotism?
I don't know what nepotism means.
It's when you hire relatives or people you know and put them in important positions.
So yeah, hire us. We'll go hopefully kill your monsters without dying. The eggheads at the guild will hopefully build you a radio or two.
Distinguished scientists from CERN.
Thank you.
Don't mind him, he's a LARPer.
I'm a dancer and a LARPer.
Don't mind him, he's a dancer.
Sorry. Can I have more wine?
No.
Ah, jeez.
I pour up more in your glass.
I take the glass away from her.
Don't say I didn't try, and I take the glass from you and I drink it.
But Megan, reality makes my head hurt.
It's just because you want to comprehend it.
I'm a physicist.
I know.
How can you be so calm?
I don't know, I think it's the druid in me.
Bullshit tree hugging.
Kumbaya.
Shit, yeah.
Well, turning to other matters. The ritual to contact the oracle. Do you require that to be done like in front of people in a grand ceremony? Can she just head back to her room and do it like tomorrow when she's feeling refreshed?
It's a meditation ritual. So basically, you require peace and quiet. You will enter a sort of other realm.
Plane.
Yeah, sort of like that with your mind, where you will be able to contact the oracle.
So I guess we should Mara.
So basically, she needs peace and quiet and time.
But before that, Mara should decide on what to actually ask. So what is the most pressing thing we need to know about?
Well, my original plan was to figure out where I should look for my mother. Because, I mean, judging by how oracles work, she won't tell me just where she is. But at least some clue.
So we have set a lead on a man who travels back and forth between here and Earth.
Tell me about this man.
His name, something with a D, I never remember. because it was slightly weird.
All the names here are slightly weird.
He's a merchant. He's a
Razander, merchant.
Dresander. He
Razander,
Yes.
from the Sunflower Ziggurat.
yes,
Oh, well, he's famous.
and apparently an Earthling, according to our mage source.
Well, that's interesting. Well, you've heard the stories, of course.
No.
Oh, well, he's from here. He's from Hazurium, but he's very wealthy. He made his money trading with the Borderlands. You know about the Borderlands, right?
Raiders.
Demons of the Betrayer, demons from the outside world, just bad, crazy monsters, raiders, bandits, literal demons, like things created by the devil sent to destroy the world, like literally that. So people who live there have a bit of a tough time. But you know, the bigger the risk, the bigger the rewards. So whoever dares to go into the Borderlands and make it back usually has something pretty to trade, or immensely powerful, mind-shattering, world destruction objects. So yes.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah,
It's nothing compared to the underworld.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what you bring back if you come back alive. Maybe you should stay, actually.
How sweet of you.
So anyway, Dresander, he made a lot of money trading with Borderlanders, and actually so much money that he hired half of the Black Moon Explorers and half of the other guilds in town and every other available mercenary, and then he cleaned out one of those ziggurats floating on the border of the Borderlands and made this his headquarters. It took a month of constant fighting, but apparently he's done it. He's been living there for a couple of years. And, you know, his immense wealth is ever growing.
Does he pay tax?
No, actually,
Since he
He
lives
does,
outside of everything.
yes, he's outside of the queendom. But that's something I might actually bring up if I ever get to meet the man.
You should expand your kingdom to include his ziggurat and enforce some tax.
That seems like a very thrifty thing to do.
That sounds like a declaration of war.
Against
No,
who?
no,
Against
no.
the merchant who can buy the entire guild.
Yeah, I mean, if I were him, I would have probably bought off your, like, large parts of your army, if not all your generals, while they're halfway marching there.
No. My generals are loyal.
Of course they are.
What do you mean?
Oh, no, I'm sure that... Wait, they might actually be Quephilim. Or what are they called?
Yes, Quephilim. Many of them are.
Yeah. Okay,
First
so
battalion.
they're probably tougher to bribe.
They should be.
See, should be are.
Unless they're a little bit
Not the same.
sarkish. Just a little bit. I don't think so.
Well, if nothing else, then they can always bribe second in command, and suddenly your generals will have accidents on the way. Money does wonderful things for warfare.
My noble people.
Yeah, it's like even if like 99% of them are noble, then it's the 1% that screws you over.
That's why communism fell.
That's why capitalism doesn't really work.
Yeah. Point.
Let's blame all of it on the 1%.
I like how the Russian really went like,
Appropriate.
Never mind Dave's weird plan on plan of taxation.
I like the plan.
I take 1%.
Well, if If you want to do it, I will not, you know. Oh, I can't do anything, but I'll leave it up to you to take care of.
I suppose, I mean, you're already taxing all the merchants coming from there into your kingdom.
Oh, when has double taxation ever been a problem for any of the rulers back at home?
Whenever it prompted
Britain?
revolutions. You know,
No, I'm beloved among my what's it called? Subjects.
Yes, yes. I can tell.
They have flags and they wave when I'm on the balcony giving speeches.
How many of those have you had without wine?
You know how I'm in front of public. This was very important. They make the wine before I start with the public speeches. It was a high priority.
And no one thought that was weird, that their queen that used to be so poised suddenly needed to be half drunk.
I never do anything half-assed. I'm totally drunk, and I can still be poised. Thank you very much.
Skull. I have more.
Well, didn't you think I was poised in the Grand Hall when I received you the first time? I was poised as fuck.
Until you
And you
saw.
were also drunk?
Sorry?
Were you also drunk?
No.
Precisely. Haha, I win.
Damn it. So anyway, Drizandr, yes, now you know about him. He's an Earthling. That makes a lot of sense, I guess, seeing as he's so capable. Let's see what we can dig up on him.
Yes. So I have to admit, I would be very happy if indeed Mara only gets one question from the Oracle, or one answer. I wouldn't mind that being about the Night Vault.
What about the Nightfall?
How to get in and get out with an extra soul and not losing any on the way. Because I feel it probably isn't as straightforward as finding a door, walking in and saying, "Hi, we want that particular soul. Hope you don't mind, guys," taking it and walking out again.
You know of the Nightfall's guardians, of course.
Is that
Hmm.
a weird dog?
The Quephlem, they're noble creatures. They're descendant of the they're like angels in our world. Only disconnected angels, not fallen. They didn't do anything wrong. It's just that the gods died. So, you know, it's not their fault. The Quephlem of the Night, the Night Watchers. It's a whole breed of Quephlem that guard the Nightfall and see to it that, you know, normally necromancers don't do any foul things, and then they guide the souls to the Nightfall. I am quite sure they will have a lot of objections to you taking one out. It's quite literally something they actively work against.
I'm not surprised, but hence why I would like to see if the Oracle had any, I don't know, good ideas. If she would even answer a question on this, I guess, rather heretical topic.
Well, Mira, sorry, Mera?
Mira.
You know, I would really like you to get an answer as to where my mother is, and I don't know how I could possibly convince you. I mean, you feel you can stay at my court as a handmaiden or anything like that?
I'm sorry, is that supposed to bribe me into wanting to ask the Oracle where your mom is?
Yes?
You suck.
Why? It's awesome. We have running water and bath salts and food, and we have wine. Almost as much wine as you can possibly drink. Without.
I have a feeling you have more wine than you can possibly drink.
Almost. No, but I mean, it's up to you, but I would sincerely ask you to consider, I would really like to find my mother. At the same time, I know this makes no sense because she's not my real mother, but she still is. I spent 30 years. I have 30 years of memories in my head of her being my mother.
And she was a good mother compared to whatever you've done to your kids.
I still don't think I have any kids. I'm quite sure.
In those 30 years of memory.
She was a good mother. She was an efficient mother. She raised me. She raised the queen to be able to rule the kingdom and be kind and understanding and have an insight into the life of the common folk.
Okay, can we say this then? First question about your mother, and if there's any other opportunity, ask about the Nightfall.
Yes, that's perfectly fine with me.
In worst cases, we'll just have to fucking go to the Green Wild and ask about the Night Vault.
I shall lend you a carriage.
Most kind. So, decided. If that's alright with the rest of you.
Yeah, as a game master, I am sort of thinking that Mira actually will do what the fuck she wants when she's doing
it. Obviously.
Which I find amusing.
This is when I accidentally asked something stupid that I wasn't intending to.
What?
Like, what the fuck is that I'm sitting on? It's like, ah, damn it!
Oh, jeez.
My stomach is hurting. What did I have for lunch?
Oh, no!
Oops.
We saw a comic like that just today. It's like, oh, thank you for freeing me. For this, I shall grant you answer to one question. Really? Can it be any question I want? Yes.
Yes.
God.
Well, damn.
That went fast.
But yeah.
So yes, the radio, and as soon as you know anything from the Oracle, I'll hear from you.
And don't forget the monster slaying quests.
Well, that's tied to the radio.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I look to the others. Anything else we should discuss?
I don't think so.
Well, I finish my glass of wine, stand up slightly unsteadily.
How much wine have you had?
I don't know. He hasn't counted.
I see.
At least 3.
Glasses.
Nah, he's probably
Maybe
not.
the Shadow would like a royal note of pardon in case we run into some trouble on the road.
He sort of already has that, though. The note he got from the guards.
It's not as awesome as having it from the Queen. Best friend of the Queen, and then there's a little portrait of you two going like, yay!
And then 75 other dudes are going to try and swipe it.
When and if they find it. They have.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna ask for that right now. Maybe later.
Well, I should be heading back to the guild to see what needs to be done about our fool's errand,
Which is?
attacking the Nightfall.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
Thanks. I basically knock on where I think I remember the door being.
It's hollow.
Does someone open it from the other side?
Nope.
I look to the queen.
Just press the pedal. It does this sort of IKEA thing when it goes like click click and then it opens.
Well, I shrug. Well, until we meet again, I guess. Seems like that's going to be likely.
I hope so. I do not wish to get stuck in here for all eternity, or at least my lifetime.
Which might be fairly long, since your mom was 120 and out
Magic.
on a magical trip.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I start walking back towards the way we came.
Yeah, I'm assuming. What's everybody?
How much was I able to pocket?
Were you actually trying?
Yeah, I'm taking if everything's valuable, I'm at least taking some cutlery, maybe a small cup, like a little egg cup or something.
What were you going to say, Zol?
At the before in the door frame, I turn to her and I ask if there by any chance is any or are any wizards that I could perhaps ask for access to their spellbooks.
I might inquire. However, wizards are quite protective of those spell books. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I take a bow and
I give her a hug.
So nice seeing you, Megan.
You too. I was fearing the worst.
Well, it's really nice to know that so many people survived. We should really get together. We should have a support group.
Well, as if you can get away from here, I'm sure they're welcome to. You're welcome to visit the guild. I think they can have a support group there if they need it.
That's right. Well, I'll have to balance that in the equation. Since I've gotten here, I've already been 3 assassination attempts, so hence the armor.
Okay.
They didn't get close, but still, that's what you get for being queen, having rivals, and also the Satan betrayer being after your life for some reason. Well, hence the wine.
Please don't die.
Take care of yourself.
I do. She goes like plonk. Anyway, well,
I hope we meet again, then.
I'm not worried. I have the most skilled swordsmen, magicians, and whatever else you can come up with in the entire queendom at my protections of detail. Oh, I should be fine. But the faster we get out of here, the better.
Absolutely.
May the monarch live forever.
Here, here.
She smiles and waves to you as you leave. Right. So you have some time to talk on the. You get out of the palace without any problems using the kitchen service entrance. There's a lonesome supplier in the middle of the night, but it's just a matter of letting him unload his wares, and then he's on his own merry way. So you don't actually experience any problems leaving the kitchens.
Mm-hmm.
There's some time. I'm assuming you're going back to the guild, right? It's well past sundown.
Yeah, I would go back.
Yeah, that's a place where we have beds.
Mm.
It is indeed where you have beds. Do you have some time
What's that in your pocket?
Sorry?
Well, maybe I'm just happy to see you.
Oh, right. That's
You
horrible.
took something.
I was gonna roll for that,
No.
actually.
Oh, but if he says no, I will believe him. He has skills for that.
I do.
Let's see.
I have completely forgotten to write down our address. It was 4 East. Or something.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like west?
Something
No,
like that.
I think it was east.
I
But
think
it was
west.
center.
No.
We are bad at remembering stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky for us, it's all recorded.
So everyone will know how badly we remember stuff.
Yep.
Roll a d100 to see how much money's worth of stuff you get to steal. And if it's too much, I'll make you a stealth roll.
Sure. Let's see
Double
now.
ones.
Slash roll 1d100.
That's not very much.
It's not.
It's my entire sack of coins.
Really?
I only had 30 crowns, so.
No. Last session you got money.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I meant like I only had 30 crowns as a starting thing.
Yeah, you should totally update that so that it reflects how much money you actually have.
I have 211. I actually written it down. Wow.
See, that's a lot of money.
I had forgotten. I am not a material girl.
Even if you complain about it all the time.
Hey, I'm a whiny girl.
Fair enough.
So it's the middle. Are you guys talking about anything in particular on the way? I mean, this is sort of a moment you have to
Well,
plan and consolidate and stuff like that.
So,
do I see something in his pockets? Because then I bring it up.
You can roll a contested roll. Let's just you roll sort of like stealth or sleight of hand, and Emily rolls perception.
on the other hand, is it really that important?
No, I just
Patrick, would you
Funny.
try and hide it from Mara?
Well, once we're out of reach from the queen, I probably don't.
I can just picture you actually starting to like make small sounds of like stuff.
Clunk, clink, clunk,
Yeah, precisely.
clunk.
As long as he hasn't
Probably.
stolen any wine, I don't think the queen would mind.
all right. So fine. Then you see that he's clearly taken some things in his pockets from the queen's palace.
Why would you do that?
Why wouldn't I do that? Do you know what my job is? My actual job description in this world?
No.
Thief. I am known as Shadow. The Shadow. Thief. It's what I bring out my wanted poster, see? Thief.
Infamous thief.
Maybe you shouldn't be waving that thing around.
I'm not waving it, I'm showing it.
Well, just because you have a job description in this world doesn't mean you have to oblige it.
Oh, I mean, if I were to show my face in any sort of, well, shall we say, work environment with colleagues, I would be laughed out of the place if I did not steal at least something when I was in the, in the castle. It's sort of have to. Even if it's just, a fork here, a knife there. Egg cups. Got a matching pair.
With a royal decree on, so you can never put them on display except like if you want to show them off as stolen goods.
Yeah.
But that's all he ever wanted.
It gives you street cred.
Alright.
Besides, it's not like she's gonna miss them. She's not gonna go into that kitchen tomorrow and be like, "Where are my egg cups?" Like, she's gonna tell a servant, and he or she's gonna get her like new ones from their huge stockpile of egg cups, I'm sure.
This is when we see like the spin of how like a poor little child has to like work in a mine to get the whatever they need, like make the clay.
And then the person who's supposed to go get some, like, no, it's missing, and then they get accused of stealing from the queen, and then they get flogged and killed, all because of some.
That's all in my hands. I've already pushed it.
It's already in your pockets.
It sounds completely legit, though. So anyway, do you sneak into the guild, or do you enter normally, or do
Why
you?
would we sneak into the guild? Is there a curfew?
No, I was just thinking that you don't want to disturb people.
I walk, relatively quietly, but I don't make any like real.
We put on our tap shoes.
Da, 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 da.
If it's not too late, I would probably go disturb Alex. Or see if she's awake, I guess would be my.
So while the four of you're skulking around in the corridors, or at least being not obviously disturbing.
While sort of like having had 3 glasses of wine, so we're probably more loud than we think we are.
Mm.
You can just see like one of us makes a sound, everyone else goes like shh. And then, shh, shh, shh. We make more noise making the shh than the actual noise.
Oh!
Anyway, the only person you bump into is Jason, leaving his room. He gives you a sour look, but just doesn't actually say anything. Just like locks his door extra hard, looking at you, and then just like walks around you out somewhere.
Giggle.
Shh, like that'll stop me.
I think the walk would have sobered me up a tiny bit, so I'm like,
You're Russian and you're not affected by any sort of substances, as far as I remember.
yeah, true.
Or
So
you have like
basically, what I
half recovery time.
yeah, so I don't like Jason, and I think it's a suspicious thing that he's doing. So I would probably shadow him.
You would shadow him. You're
Yeah.
stealing somebody's job.
Yes.
Um,
How sober are we now?
Not as well. Not very. I mean, you're not sober. You're
Rather-
affected by alcohol.
How quick on our feet are we at this moment?
Less than normal.
Less than normal. I
But
wonder.
we're not walking into things.
No, you're not walking into. You're not falling over drunk. You just imagine like there's a slight buzz, right? You're not bad, but you're not top shape. You shouldn't drive.
I
But you
wonder.
think you could.
Great mood, though. Not even Jason can bring you down.
If Michael's character says that he's going to follow him.
Well, I'm not saying it. I'm just sort of like, and then I wait for a short while, and then I go out again. I don't really say much of anything about it.
Okay. Well, okay.
If you want to ask what I'm doing, I will tell you. But if you don't ask,
No, I'm not going to ask because I probably don't care enough. Like, okay, he's leaving. Fine.
Good riddance.
So
All right.
I probably go back to my room.
Absolutely. Mike, there's 2 roles involving in shadowing him. He's actually actively looking if somebody's following him, so it's going to be quite difficult. So one part of the role is to see if you're noticed, and the second part of the role is to see if you manage to follow him.
mm-hmm.
So to follow him, the difficulty is 4. But to not be noticed, I'm not going to tell you the difficulty, so I just want you to roll.
I don't have anything that will help. Let's see where do I have.
But the shadow does.
Yeah, I could.
If only you asked him for help.
No, he's.
I succeed though.
All right, so you follow Jason.
So now I'm gonna roll for stealth.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna type in like difficulty 6 to begin with.
Sure.
I have careful movements. I'm not making sounds when moving. Can I roll for? Can I use that training?
Yes.
Cool. I'm using 2 effort here too. So I decrease the difficulty by 3, and I get 13. So if you're gonna do the opposite, it would be the same as me getting 21.
I didn't get what you're saying about it being 21.
So I've decreased the difficulty by 3.
Yes.
That is, I decreased it by 9.
Yes, I get that. So you rolled 21, you're saying.
Roll
Okay, I
22.
got it.
I rolled
Yeah,
22, sorry.
Okay, I got that. Now.
Yeah.
I was actually going by the rules, so I decreased. I know what the difficulty is, right? So I decreased it by
okay.
stuff like that. Right. Fuck it, do you want intrusion?
I can't stop you.
Yeah, you can. You can pay me. No, you can't. Ha ha ha. Well, fine. Then I'm doing an intrusion.
Mhm.
You follow Jason into what is apparently some sort of a warehouse.
Mhm.
The warehouse, there's a bunch of barrels, there's a bunch of crates. Imagine like a barn in modern world. There's a second floor with even more things. And it's only illuminated by the light coming in through the cracks in between the boards that make up this warehouse walls. There's no internal light source. And unfortunately, no sight of Jason to be seen.
So I saw him go in here, but then I lost him.
Yes, and this is, I mean, there is a other exit, which is the main. This is a door you entered through, like a side door. There is the only other exit that you know that you can see is the main warehouse door, which is designed for carts. So it's a heavy double door barred with a heavy wooden sort of what's it called? Bjelke.
Yeah, a wooden bar.
Yeah. What did Zol say?
Trapdoor. Yeah.
Oh.
So what I would do is I would park myself somewhere where I would be out of the way and just be quiet and wait.
So just as you're finding a good hiding spot, you hear something made of glass break, and suddenly the room is illuminated by flames at the door you entered through. The flames spread quickly throughout the hay floor, and you started considering, oh shit, I need to get out of here because this is a wooden warehouse with a bunch of hay and God knows what in the barrels, and there's a fire that started at my only exit.
So basically I set off some kind of trap.
Possibly.
Do I think I actually tripped on a wire, or did someone drop a Molotov cocktail, basically?
You're unsure what happened.
Okay, I don't see anyone.
No, you don't see anyone. No.
Okay.
The door is still closed also. And there's no windows where somebody could throw something in.
Okay. Do I see any windows if I move towards the middle and look onto the second floor?
Yes, there is a crane window used to, there's a hole in the wall on the second floor, and there's a crane that goes outside.
Okay. I have both jumping, running, and climbing as trained.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use any combination of these skills to get up there as quickly as possible. And I have fleet of foot, so I can move a medium distance, a short distance, and act in the same turn.
Absolutely.
So,
You'll need a roll acrobatics roll for jumping, and unfortunately the ladders have been taken down, and you'll need to jump up a bunch of crates and do some interesting acrobatics to get up the second floor. And then in the next roll, you'll need to jump out through the window and hopefully make it onto something tall. But let's see what happens when you got there.
So should I roll? Well, it doesn't matter. I assume since I have jumping, running, and climbing, and balance, do I get trained or specialized on this roll?
You get jumping and running. I'm not quite clear how these rules should work, because, I mean, they're not overlapping. They're different things, right?
Okay, then I'll just go for trained. What is the initial difficulty?
It's 4.
I will actually use 2 effort, and I'll just roll jumping.
Sure.
Success! So I succeed with the first part of the...
Absolutely. You bounce up on some boxes and then use your momentum to spin around the pillar while you jump up on the second floor and make it quite hastily to the window. You're on a second floor. There's a big piece of wood above your head with a rope and cranes and pulleys and ropes attached to it, used for lifting things up from carts and placing it on other carts or just on the ground. So you're quite high up. You could risk it, but otherwise, I mean, you can get creative. The street is quite empty in this part of town, as it's some sort of like industrial, more work part of town than leisure. So most people are drinking in pubs a little bit off from this place.
So what I would want to do is, so when I'm looking down, how far to the ground? I mean, this is like a second story up, so it shouldn't be that far.
It's like 3-4 meters tops.
So what I would probably do is, you know, like, since it's like a hole, right? It's like a window without a glass, without a pane.
Yeah, there's no glass.
So basically I would go down and, you know, use my hand to hold on to the bottom of the window and then go down so I only have like a meter or two to the ground, drop, and then run.
Absolutely. Let's just roll something. Well, it's quite simple, so I'm not gonna make you roll probably because it's.
I have climbing, so...
Yeah, it's a standard difficulty roll. That makes it a 2.
What was available, or what was on that second floor?
Inside of the building?
Yes.
More of the same as on the first floor. There was crates, there was barrels, stuff like that. Most things were.
By the way, if I can redo one thing, I would take the closest random box or barrel and then push it and throw it out a bit of a distance so it breaks, just so I see what's inside before I make my way down.
Absolutely. You.
Explosives. Blow stuff up.
Ah, damn it.
You take a crate. First crate you try and move. It's actually too heavy for you to quickly manipulate. You're in you're worried that the flames will spread too much. So you grab another one, which seems quite lighter, but it's still, the crate is like 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter.
Oh,
And-
okay. Oh wow.
Yes. So you need to push it. And
You
to
know-
get it over the edge, you'll need to make a standard strength check.
You know, if it doesn't break, at least you'll have something to jump down on.
That sounds good. I will reuse 2 effort, so it becomes 0.
Alright.
It costs me a lot of...
Wait, how do you know it becomes 0?
You said standard difficulty.
I said, okay, good.
You literally told me.
Okay.
No, I'm a mind reader. I don't...
No, I
don't
didn't
know
mean
why.
to call you.
Oh,
But it's fine.
No, Dave is the mind eater.
yeah.
Literally, in character. Yeah.
But yeah, so
0 difficulty. Alright, you push with all your strength on the top of the crate and sort of make it, you basically, the crate is a little bit taller than the edges, so you can like tip it over the edge, if you understand how I mean,
yeah.
using the edge of the window as an axis. The crate falls down and does break with a crack. Inside the crate, filled with hay, were pottery jars. Most of them are now smashed.
Anything in the jars?
No, they were empty pottery jars.
Huh.
So now you have a nice, difficult terrain to land on when you jump.
Well, there was a crane, so I would probably try and then climb a bit out and then drop from there instead.
Perhaps to be some kind of acrobat.
He is.
Shouldn't he be able to jump like or handle jumping from 3 meters and more.
Absolutely. But the way this game works is that the difficulty of the task is always the same, not considering who's doing it. Then he has trained, specialized and effort which he can spend on making it really easy to him. That's part of his character.
Yeah.
So since you're not doing the gentle sliding down the wall thing, I'm gonna set the difficulty at 4 now.
So I shall see how it goes. And it goes without any trouble.
You get 1 damage.
Yes, 1 extra damage. That's what I get.
Hmm?
Smash a crate.
Absolutely. You jump down on the ground, and the sound of the crackling fire from behind you getting significantly intensive. You might just have made it out in time without, risking any sort of poisoning or burn damage.
So I will basically run into the nearest alley and away. while
Absolutely.
hitting. I'll basically take a pretty large way back towards the guild. I'll probably like climb up on a building, cross that, go down another alley, and then walk a bit more and climb up another place. Basically making it very difficult for anyone to actually follow me.
Absolutely. That doesn't require a roll.
Mm. Well, I take 1 XP and I give the other to Jade, even if she did not give it to me before.
I'll keep that in mind.
So, back to the scene of the hallway where you saw Jason leave his room. Michael departed. What do you else of you do? Do you just go to your respective rooms and turn in for the night?
I'm checking for my little griffin eggs to make sure that they're fine.
Yes, they are fine actually. With your druidic senses, you can sense that there's still life growing in them.
Sweet.
The other two?
I'm thinking, how late is it? Everybody.
Probably past midnight if you go by Earth standards.
I'm thinking if I should just fence the goods. They can.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll probably do that and then go to sleep.
Absolutely, no problems.
So I cash in and I get my 34, was it?
32.
32. My bad.
All right. Zell, you're not doing anything special that night?
No.
All right. In that case, I think I'm calling it the quits. It's 10 past 10 actually. And that's sort of what we agreed upon, and I'm feeling actually like I've gone through my prepared material.